thank you so much to Untap.gg for sponsoring my channel. If you want to enhance your Magic Arena experience, I recommend installing Untap.gg. You can find a link to it in the description of the video. I actually use Untapped as my way of tracking my decks, tracking my stats. And if you want to get better at Magic by kind of analyzing your own gameplay, I think it's a really good way of doing it. Again, Untap.gg, you can check it out in the description. Quit dragging your feet. We've got dragons to clone.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing Miriam, Sentinel Wyrm. This is actually a card that is new to Arena as part of Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate, but it's a paper card. You can build this in Commander. Miriam is all about dragons. She has Temur colors, which is green, blue, red, which limits you to which dragons you can play, but it limits you to the best dragons. Those are the best 3 colors for dragons. What Miriam does is, she's a huge flyer. She's a 6/6, and she has Ward 2, so she protects herself. But whenever a non-token dragon enters the battlefield, ooh, Miriam gets a little excited because she makes a copy of it. And even if it's a legendary, like, I don't know, another Miriam, just saying, you end up getting a copy of it, and the copy is not legendary. So you can do something like play Miriam for 6. Then the next turn, play Old Gnawbone. Old Gnawbone enters the battlefield. Then a second Old Gnawbone, which is a token copy, gets made, but this one's not legendary. And any damage you do to your opponent's face with your creatures is going to get you double the treasures because you have 2 Old Gnawbones out. This enables all sorts of crazy degenerate stuff, like making extra Terror of the Peaks or making extra Lathless. There's a lot of dragons that care about enter the battlefields, and Miriam makes them even better. So this deck, as you might imagine, like most dragon decks, is ramp on the bottom and dragons on the top. There's a lot of really good dragons in Arena too, so you're pretty free to select which ones you already have, which ones are your favorites, or which ones that you find are the best. I will say that with Miriam, Lathless is a must-have, Terror of the Peaks, Wrathful Red Dragon, these things that are part of Dragon Tribal are really important. You can also build Miriam as a clones deck. I did not do that. I have a Spark Double here. That's because Spark Double is a really cool way to make extra Miriam so you can get more Miriam triggers. This is kind of like how you can build Volo clones. It's a very similar effect. It works. It's just not what I'm doing for this deck. So we're going to head into the queue and, I don't know, light things up with our dragons. Looks like our opponent is running the first Sliver. There's like a 50-50 chance that this is a Sliver deck or just a 5-color good stuff deck. Either way, this hand is alright. It's got ramp, but it only has 2 lands. But I'm on the draw, so I'm willing to keep it. This is my ramp. Oh, hello there, Mr. Dragon. You were just clipping through my card. This is one of the new pets. It's like a reskin of the other Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards. Alright, let's go for that turn 2 Paradise Druid. It has hexproof, so it's a little bit harder to hit. This comes in tapped, but that should be okay. Gives me access to Spit Flame in case there's something I need to light on fire, like, oh, I don't know, Ornithopter of Paradise. No ramp. No fixing. Only I'm allowed to ramp. Replicating Ring. Hey, that's ramp. So what will be the first Sliver we see from the first Sliver deck? Will it be the first Sliver? No, they've actually come back and said, no, only I'm allowed to ramp. Oh, yeah? Well, no, you're not. I didn't manually tap there, so I didn't get my Spit Flame back in hand. That's fine. The important thing is I exiled the Binding of the Old Gods before they got a forest. But here comes the first Sliver anyway. How you doing, first Sliver? What'd you get? Leyline of the Void. Wait, what? Leyline of the Void? In this economy? Somebody hates graveyards. Okay, I don't really do that much graveyard stuff. This is my extent of the graveyard stuff. Mila. Yeah, that's not a Sliver either. I'm gonna go ahead and block here so I don't take 7. Mila? This could be 5-color Super Friends. Mila is a very good card to protect your planeswalkers. I'll take this. I was hoping we'd have a tribal on tribal battle here, but... Temora's Invoker? What's going on here? What's going on here? I gained 2 life off Scaled Nurturer. This is, I guess, a good sink for 8 mana. Don't even have to tap it. I was tempted to block there so I could, like, Miriam and immediately Spark Double. Gain another 2 life. And stare at whatever my opponent's doing over here. Arcane Signet, some nice ramp. And I'm ready to chump block with Atsushi. Atsushi, you are a beautiful dragon. Unfortunately, you don't get a non-death trigger because of Leyline and Avoid. Boo! Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? Masterminds acquisition. What could you be tutoring for? Whatever it is, I don't trust like that. I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope it's not a counterspell. I would like 2 Miriam. I'm not gonna bring back the Spitflame. Decline, decline. Do I want a couple Imrith? Do I want a couple Thunderbreak Regents? Nah, I want a couple Imrith. So now that I have 3 Miriam on the battlefield, I think I would like to have 4 Imriths on the battlefield. I like that all of them are just coming in one after the other, like, roar, 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 roar. That is an appropriate emote. Did you get a board wipe? Crux of Fate, maybe? Off your deck? That's not a Crux of Fate. Crux of Fate would be, by the way, a I destroy all dragons. No, they just vanquished the Horde. They said, you know what? Stop it. And they just undid my entire battlefield. Well, that's okay with me. I'm gonna play Dragaseth. And I will pay the 1 red. Dragaseth is probably the fastest way that I can kill somebody. Ooh, they can cast their spells from their hand for free. That does not include their commander. Nicol Bolas Dragon God, easily able to kill Dragaseth. Dragon on dragon violence. Rude, awful, terrible. I'm gonna draw a card. Ooh, good. I can kill Nicol Bolas. That's important to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the Skorgan Hellkite. I'm gonna give it haste. Oh, actually, I did say I didn't need to, but this lets me still play 2 dragons. I could have just pinged with its ability. Boop. And I am actually going to go for the draw here. Hey, Lathlis. Over to Thunderbreak Regent. I want to go back to cloning dragons. For Sliver, has Cascade. What does it hit? It hit, wee Nicol Bolas. What card do I want to exile forever? Thunderbreak Regent. Anyway, gonna hit you. This will also go into the graveyard forever, but at least I killed not 1, but 2 Nicol Bolases. This is a 5-color good stuff with some really weird choices in it. I'm here for it. Dragon. Miriam. I fully understand that I'm going to be taking at least 7 damage to the face here, because Miriam is not the blocking sort. And Joyra Weatherlight Captain. Good way to get some card draw off your legendaries. I'm going to draw first off Dragon's Horde. Okay. Make sure that's using you. Now we have one Lathless who's a bit bigger and a bit more protected. We have a second Lathless here. And all these Lathlesses are able to pump up other dragons and themselves. So I'm probably going to try to trade with this. They'll be able to replay it. It might be better for me to chump block it, because then I don't get the cascade. We will see, we will see. Ooh, alright, here comes some card draw. And some tappins. Thankfully, this has hexproof until the end of turn, so they can tap this. Can't tap that. I need to draw a dragon. You know what? Yeah. First Sliver, I'm letting you hit me. It's not lethal. It's off by 1. Okay, fine. Everything dies. They get a wee little spirit. And the first Sliver returns. And this time they got Authority of the Consuls, which unfortunately means I'm not going to be able to block. This will deal 6 damage to a target of my choice. They've destroyed my Jade Orb. So this person has wiped the board, and wiped the board. Definitely frustrating. I think I'm going to draw first. We have a lot of mana. But unfortunately, my mana is not quite enough to win here. We're going to go for Miriam. Unfortunately tapped. Into Lozan. Into Realm Walker. Gives me 6 damage. Which is not quite enough. Oh. You're a commander. That's why I can't hit you. And I choose Dragon. More Realm Walkers! More! And that's all I got. GG, pile of stuff. So, our opponent's deck, by the way, it doesn't look like it actually really needs the first Sliver. It probably could have had something like Essica as its commander. The reason why it doesn't have Essica as its commander, though, is because the first Sliver is considered a worse commander and thus ranks lower in the Arena Brawl matchmaking queue. So, if you want to play a 5-color pile, but you don't want to play against the best decks, first Sliver can get you a little bit lower down. Same with Kenrith, tends to be a little bit lower in the queue. Okay, so my game crashed as I was getting into this match, so I'm gonna have a Johnny profile picture. I'm not gonna be able to emote, and well, things are a little bit messed up. Tasha, thank you for loading my game back in. My opponent is Miriam! Sentinel Wyrm! Oh, same hat! Same dragon. Alright, I'll peep this real quick. I see mana, I see cards I can play. I am ready to rumble. Got this Dragon Speaker Shaman. That's going to discount all of my future dragons. Hopefully I can get it to stick around. That would be really, really good. I'm going to play this for blue. I think I'm going to hit this for green. There's a lot more double green than there is double blue. Either way, we're ramping. Reckless Barbar. This is a little dragon that you can sacrifice to help you play big dragons. It works. It does. So I've got some choices here. I could play Moonveil Regent, or I could get that in the speaker. I'm going to go for Dragon Speaker because it gives me the potential to play Miriam next turn. Miriam is a very popular commander right now because it turns out the dragons are cool. I have 3 different dragon decks. 3 different dragon decks. Dragons are so cool. I am not gonna block. But I am gonna play Miriam. And I'll even have 1 mana left over. And with that 1 leftover mana, I can make not 1 but 2 Realm Walkers. And I think the first one is going to say dragons. And when it enters the battlefield, I'm actually going to take a look at the top of my deck. And okay, there's not much there. And I'm going to name Elf on the second one, because there's a bunch of mana ramping elves in this deck. I don't need both of them. It's nice. It's nice. But I don't need both. Hi, Gadrick. I see you have a Miriam as well. They sacrificed their Reckless Barbar, and they've even got them a treasure token! Nice! Well, I want a whole bunch of stuff, so, let's see. Make sure that I'm leaving up appropriate amounts of mana. Ancient Copper Dragon! Looking good. And now Moonveil Regent and its best friend, Moonveil Regent. I don't think they're gonna block, but if they do, I feel pretty well established on this board. Yeah, that's right. Our Miriam came into play first. That's kind of how these games go. Garuda, Doom of Depths. Garuda is super cool. This is kind of a Blink Reanimator all at once card. They're using the Godzilla version of it, which is Jigan, Cyberclaw Terror. I'm totally here for that. So I'm going to start with some ramp. Both of us are probably going to be ramping because we have 6 mana commanders. Get some Rimewood. It probably would have been better for me to get the Gruul Snowland there. Myself a little bit of extra red. Don't need it though. Now I'm going to go for the Celestus, and I could do Signet here, but I'm going to go Scaled Nurturer instead. I know it could have been doubled with Miriam, but this is, you know, it's ramp that comes in and I can't use it right away. I can use this right away, so it might be more useful in a later turn. Okay. They're turning their mana into more mana, into different mana. And are they about to play Garuda? Oh no, they're leading with Nightmare Shepherd. Cool. Alright, so like what I was just talking about though, was like, oh yeah, I could play Arcane Signet and Miriam this turn. So I think I will. I also gained 2 life. Yay! Gaining 2 life. It's iced tea season. Oh, things are happening. Okay, from their graveyard, they hit Entomber Exarch, Cemetery Desecrator. Those are both very cool. And in my graveyard, they hit Draconic Virulus. I think they're going to go for Exarch to hit my hand, but they can't make me discard a creature. Cemetery Desecrator, unfortunately, won't be able to kill Miriam, but it will let them exile from a graveyard and then kind of chill. Cool. They got rid of my life-gaining mana dork. That's a pretty good idea. Ooh, Dragonlord Servant. Okay, I want my dragons to cost less because dragons are better on a discount. I'm gonna go with some sushi. Sushi. And I could get rid of I could get rid of some of their ramp. So Realm Walker would be cool. It would let me access the top of my library, but I feel like cutting them off from... Wow, wait a minute, you're an enchantment! Cutting them off from these things sounds really good. So Scaled Nurturer and Young Blue Dragon. Hey, you put that in the graveyard. This is on you, sir. Okay, so the Desecrator also triggers on death. And this is just, you know, they want it to die probably so they can play it again in the future. They're not anywhere close to doing that, but I don't want to trade my dragons. I'm going to be dealing more damage from them. And I have that extra Masked Vandal to just kind of die. Ooh, Dreadhound. Dreadhound is one of those cards that was such a bomb in its format. This was from Midnight Hunt. And it's like, dang, a 6-mana 6/6 that like deals damage when creatures go into graveyards? Okay, I'll be rewarded for killing things. Thank you. I'm going to play Realm Walker and name Dragon. Oh, I see a dragon. I'll name Dragon on the second one too. Because I might be chump blocking with one of these. That's a really big guy. Rankle's coming in. The skies are free, but I have no cards to discard. I'm taking it all. Are we here to sacrifice? Because they could sacrifice that Desecrator. They can use that to kill, even Miriam. And the damage is ticking up. But they can only kill Miriam if there's something big enough. Gourmand is big enough. They can pay the 2 for the ward. Woe's me. Well, my commander is dead. Miriam is gone. Yeah, she's just back in the command zone. She's just chilling, she's just hanging. And we're about to have a really good turn, because our next draw was Thrakus, which was going to double the power of all of my dragons swinging in for, I don't know, like a -20 overkill. Why not? There's no kill quite like overkill. Looks like our opponent is a big fan of adventuring, because they're playing Gorian Wise Mentor. This is a good enough hand. It's got 3 mana and some ramp in it. Down. So Gorian Wise Mentor is also from the same set as Miriam. And this commander is almost identical to a card you might already know called Lucky Clover. Whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. It's cool. It's Bant Adventures. Probably going to be a bit of a tempo deck. Yep. Bit of a tempo deck. So I expect to see things like, I don't know, Teferi, counter spells. Ooh! Uro. Extra green, extra red, extra green, extra red. Extra red. I'm going to play Sarkhan. I might only have 2 dragons in hand, but I don't want to play colored mana for them. Yeah, now my Skargan Hellkite only costs 4 mana, so I can yeet it out at hasty speeds. What are you doing, ramping? Oh my gosh, so now they have Lucky Clover, and they have Gorian. Nice. Nice. I'm gonna play Kyrie. Okay, you exiled my really cool planeswalker. Fine. Very rude. Very rude. Get myself a free 4/4. Probably want to ramp. Ramping is very important in this day and age. I guess it discounted both parts of that. That is a form of ramp, that card right there. I would really have liked to land. Kyrie's smashing in for 6. She's a clock. If I had done the draw first, I could have actually played that Sarkhan and used it to cast Scaled Nurture, but then it would have been able to freely attack it and it would have been dead. Taking it. Ouch. Couple of humans out here now. From the power of copied adventures. Yeah, it is hella sussy that you did not cast this. I do not care for that at all. I am gonna go for... wanna use that mana. Skargan Hellkite. Gonna give it haste. So I like to hit face. And I'm holding my mana here because I would actually love to kill the Skyclave Apparition as a trick to get the 4/4 token. Would this be a Settle the Wreckage? They have the mana. Ooh, Giant Killer. Alright. I don't think you can pay that ward. But that's not a May ability, so I get it. Two cards in the graveyard. And are they about to swing in? I'm gonna bop the Skyclave Apparition. I'm using Scorching Dragonfire because I'd like it to be exiled. I don't want to have to deal with this. And that gives me a 4/4! An illusion! I will block their commander. Sweet, it worked! Now, they have a lot of 1/1s out. And I have something that kills 1/1s. I like that. I like that. Beans coming on out here. Gonna get doubled. Gonna get some mana. Dang, that would have been free beans if they had done it with Gorian out. Straight up 3 mana for 3 lands. Coming in untapped. 3 mana for 2 untapped lands is also very good. Want to play a Giant Killer? Just a little blocker? Just a little guy? Alright, I could play Miriam. Or I could deal some damage. And get a threat. Love it. Alright, so I'm going to swing in with Kyrie and my 4/4 here. This Sarkhan Dragon Soul is a clock on its own, because if I get to -9 it, I'm going to win the game. Tick-tock. Can you stop my Kyrie clock? Dealing 1 damage to 1/1s. Very good strategy. Gorian could come out, but they've cast a lot of adventures so far, and I don't know how many they'll have. This gives them a blocker in the air. And with 3 mana left, the blocker on the ground, maybe 2, the Lovestruck Beast. It would stop me from swinging in with the Illusion token. I could also just minus this Sarkhan to deal 4 damage to their face. Yep, there's the Lovestruck Beast. So, let's see. Do I just have lethal anyway? I think I do. So I'm going to attack in, use Dragon's Fire, choose a dragon I control. This is the dragon that I control that I would like to choose. Bop it. And finish them off with Sarkhan. Victory for dragons! It's another mirror match. Alright. Let's see who gets their Miriam out first, because I still feel like that's just what happens here. Wait, I just gotta check. This is the one that makes blue? That's the one that makes blue. So let's get red on our Thriving Grove. Lands coming in tapped, you say? So we've got 2 mana. Next turn we can play the Jade Orb. That's ramp. Ah! They went first, so they've got their ramp down. Play this out for blue, and here's the Jade Orb. They're up to 5 mana. What you gonna do with all that mana? You're gonna play an orb. Okay, so they can play Miriam next turn. Oh, and I got the Town Razor Tyrant down here. That's going to just start burning me. Rude, rough. I've got some choices here. I could play the Sarkhan, make a 4/4, or I could just ramp. I'm just gonna ramp. Ramp is good. I'm not going to sacrifice it. It's gonna hurt, but I want it to happen. Okay, Town Razor Tyrant, hit me for another 4. A nasty little critter you are. Oh, and the Henge. This is a card that's good in creature decks. Pretty much universally. That's a good card. Alright, here comes a land. I'm going to get out my Miriam. She's going to have hexproof. Just a little bit of extra protection. Also, she's a 7/7! No, I'm not sacrificing it. I've landed my commander first. What are you going to do about that, Gyrospace? Oh, you're going to play yours and it's going to be faster than mine? Well, that's fine, because mine's bigger than yours. And that is the game we're going to play. Oh, wait a minute. The Great Henge makes them the same size. I forgot about the counter. Yeah, well, mine is hexproof. And also... Check this out. Why have 1 Miriam when I can have 1, 2, 3 Miriams? Ooh, how lovely! Gonna make a Scaled Nurture. Gonna make a Scaled Nurture. Gonna make a Scaled Nurture. And then I'm actually gonna swing in with Miriam because now that I have 3 of them, it is worth less than theirs. And I'm also gonna play the Dragon Master Outcast. It's not a dragon, it just makes dragons. Stop asking me! Take the 2 damage. A Chroma's Memorial? Okay. Their creatures now have protection from red, which is really important because dragons are usually red. They also, just in case that wasn't enough, have Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. Ow, bro, ow. Good news is I can gain some life. I can also make a very fast old Gnawbone, but these have First Strike. And it won't just be 1 old Gnawbone, it'll be, a multitude of old Gnawbones. I'm probably gonna want to yeet in with all of them, honestly. Okay. Oh, Gnawbone! Sorry, it's not fast. Mine's not fast. Theirs get it fast. Mine just gets big. Okay. So we get an old Gnawbone, which gets us an old Gnawbone, which gets us an old Gnawbone, which gets us an old Gnawbone. Very good. This is a 6th land. Gadrick is red. Not really what I'm looking for here. If I swing in here, all I'm getting is, like, I don't know, a bunch of dead Miriam. They kill 1 Miriam for free. The other one gets blocked. I think I want the mana to get out these Sarkhans. These have protection, so it doesn't die. And now we have mana. So for some weird reason, they chose to actually kill the OG Miriam. I don't really know why they did that. So here comes Sarkhan. Sarkhan will allow the old Gnawbones to actually get in some damage when they attack. So it's the dragons that deal the damage, but the other dragons won't be able to hurt these. Here's Sarkhan Dragon Soul. And we're gonna just try to tick him up to ult. He's red though, does not hurt these, doesn't touch them. And here's Miriam, who's actually going to get seen by these two Miriams. And I'm going to have more Miriams. I think I am going to actually sacrifice that land. I have mana now. I have so much mana. Ooh, but they're looking. Let's see what dragon they get. They get to look at the top 7 and get a dragon from within them. Oh, we are fighting fire with fire here with Dragon Fire. Opportunistic Dragon lets them take, I don't know, Jade Orb or take Replicating Ring. Or take Dragon Master Outcast, but it loses all abilities. But that will still stop me from getting the thing. Okay, I have 5 Miriam. It's a good number of Miriams. You have some very scary artifacts, though. Ooh, explore. I bet they're looking for, like, a Terror to the Peaks or something. Something that will just let them blast through. Or Wrathful Red Dragon! If I block and deal damage to the Wrathful Red Dragon, the damage gets dealt back to me. Actually, that applies to all of these. We might be dead to the Wrathful Red Dragons. So we have 4 old Gnawbones. Oh my god. We have dealt 7 damage to their Miriam because of this fight. Which means 14 damage gets reflected to my face. We're dead. But that was a beautiful way to go out. And I'm happy that it happened. I still consider it the mortal victory because I had more Miriams than they did. That's the, like, metric by which we measure ourselves, right? The number of dragons we have. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. As always, if you'd like to watch me record these live, you can come over to twitch.tv/Amazonian, where I play tons and tons of Brawl. You don't get to see all of it on YouTube, because they don't record all of it for you, because you don't deserve it. The people on Twitch, they deserve it. They're beautiful, wonderful, excellent people. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.